Guys, I have now officially done every available safari experience that the UAE has to offer. And here are some of the most frequent questions that I got asked. They're coming in 3, 2, 1, and now.
Let me tell you a little bit about what I've been going through so far. First of all, you got a morning and a night safari. They're all absolutely amazing, but the activities are diverse. First of all, you get picked up at your residence and you have your very own driver. It's a beautiful 4x4 that takes you pretty much wherever you have to go to experience every bit of it. You get to ride a camel. You get to have a Falcon on your hand. Honest to God, I've never had that in my life. You've got Dune bashing, which is when the 4x4 goes absolutely insane. And it's a lot of fun because it is safe. The drivers are extremely well equipped to take care of you and give you a little bit of taste of adrenaline. Then you have sandboarding, you've got the buggy riding, and you have the quad biking. Now those are add-ons, but for me, I wouldn't consider them add-ons. I would consider them absolutely necessary because they really help you enjoy the desert in your own personalized way. Other than that, the morning adventure comes with refreshments and all of that, but the night one has more of an inclusion because you have a campsite, and in the campsite you have a lot of different types of entertainment. You've got fire, basically fire shows, you've got music, you've got belly dancers. It's actually really, really cool because all of it sort of showcases what matters in this region for when it comes to entertainment. A little bit about the food that you guys will be experiencing in safari camps like this. It is absolutely amazing because you have the diversity from proper fresh barbecue and a lot of assortments and salads and what we call in the Lebanese words, mizza. And at the same time, you get to really see how a community comes together from all over the world to experience different things. So for me, I would do both without an inch of a doubt. But more importantly, you end your day genuinely feeling fulfilled.
See, when it comes to these activities, they all have different durations. When it comes to the classic dune bashing, it could be anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes, and if you have the premium package, it should be expected to be up to 50 minutes, which is amazing, and you get to experience it completely. Moving on, you have the quad bikes, which are usually between 20 to 50 minutes, depending on the package that you take. After that, you have the dune buggies, and the dune buggies are amazing. It could be anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes because it's a true thrilling experience. Then you have the sandboarding. It's like snowboarding but with the sand, and that can go between 15 to 20 minutes, and it depends on until when you're exhausted and how much sand you get from here and there and everywhere else. Hopefully you won't be falling, but keep practicing. There's a bunch of add-ons, but most of them, in my opinion, are pretty necessary. For example, when it comes to the quad bikes and the buggies, they're add-ons, but if you take the actual package, which is known as the Adventurous package, they come pre-booked with it, which is pretty cool. You can go and have shisha in like a place that's designated for the shisha smokers, but if you want it at your table, that would be an add-on. And don't forget the fact that you have premium seating and majlis, and you can have whatever you want wherever you go as long as you book them. But because there's a lot of people booking all the time, and especially pre-booking, it's much better to pre-book it than right there. And you have the Falcons, which you know are the national bird of the UAE. So it's important for you to sort of have that memory, and you'll be able to take photos with them as well. Not only do you have a desert guide, but it's going to be taking care of you from A to Z, from picking you up, monitoring all of your activities, from the dune bashing and everywhere in between. You're going to have a best friend, and hopefully you get to keep him. I'm sitting in a brand new Land Cruiser. These guys have the primo, top-notch, best quality vehicles that are extremely safe for dune bashing and transportation. I actually got picked up at my residence, and as long as you're in Dubai, you can be picked up from your residence, your hotel, wherever you are. You have the shared one, you have the private one, and that is based on the package that you take. For me, I think both of them are very good, but it depends on the mood you're in. Sometimes you want to meet other like-minded people and enjoy yourself that are coming from a different part of the world. And other times you might be a resident in Dubai for many years and you just want to have a chilled out experience with your partner, with your family, whoever, and that's when you take the private one. I think in the morning you get to really experience the desert for what it is. You get to experience it for the nimbleness that it comes with, and it really just has a morning vibe to it. Like for all the morning people who really want to get out there and start their adventures as soon as possible, that's the one for them. But when it comes to the later afternoon sort of night safaris, they have their own magic. They're completely indescribable, they're completely different. I would say that it's more community oriented towards the night, where you have the camp, you have the food, you have the dancers. The fire shows are amazing because it's so fitting with the theme of the desert. And at the same time, I really feel like that the adventures that are experienced towards the afternoon hit differently. In terms of an actual decision making, I would say you need to decide how you want your day to continue. Because when you finish the morning, obviously it's going to take a lot of your energy, but you will have enough energy to do other things in your day. When it comes to the night, it will sort of fill you in every single way. Plus the food being combined there and the traditional food, which is usually a combination of international food and traditional Arabic barbecue, it gives you a closure for that day. I would say it depends on how you're feeling that day or that week, but by all means, you need to try both to have a genuine experience. First of all, when it comes to the standard one, it sort of includes everything, but the magic in the premium one is that you get a more personalized experience from every angle. With the premium, you get better seating. You have an option for a majlis, which is basically, it's a cabin that's AC'd. And keep in mind all of the extra options that you get when it comes to food. This is the premium side, where you have proper barbecue being cooked in front of you live. And this side is where you get to sit down and enjoy it. Then all the way to the other side, we have the standard seating. From the sit down that you've got right there, to all the food that's gonna be placed right behind me. You've got so many options that are gonna be put in a buffet style, made fresh right here in the camp. And that is how it actually looks like. This is a proper Arabic barbecue that is traditional, delicious, and made fresh here right now. Then you have amazing lentil soup, which is also known as dal. This is a very special rice that goes perfectly with the barbecue. And then over here, we've got a little bit of noodles to have a bit of a change in taste and a little bit more saltiness in there. And of course, the most important thing for any meal, fresh bread. It is absolutely amazing because you have the diversity from proper fresh barbecue and a lot of assortments and salads and what we call in the Lebanese words, mizza. It goes down to the quality, it goes down to the energy and everything else that you'll be seeing inside. I would say anywhere from October all the way to February would be a good time. November is definitely more recommended, but the problem is that the tickets get booked so fast that you gotta pre-book them as fast as you can. And I would say like March and April is still pretty okay, but I definitely do not suggest coming into the summer because it's just way too hot. But definitely November to February is the peak time. And in terms of essentials, well, you need a lot of water. Obviously, that's provided for you when you're here, but I would keep like my very own bottle with a lot of ice in it from the second that I depart. And just keep some hygiene stuff on you, like sometimes you want to brush your teeth or stuff like that because it's like 8 hours to 9 hours for the experience. So you need to have a bunch of stuff with you, just carrying them on. And by all means, get a bandana. Not only will you look cooler, it'll help your eyes with the sun. And sunglasses are very important. Obviously, if you're doing quad biking or you're doing the buggy, you have the helmets on, so that's gonna protect your glasses. But at the same time, like when the winds really hit, they can, knock off whatever you have on. So a bandana is very, very important. And on top of that, I would say come come as you are, you know, like don't put in too much effort when it comes to the clothes. Just be as comfortable as you can be. I believe comfort is the most important word when it comes to the clothing here. Knowing how busy it gets, I would say at least a month or two in advance, only because of the amount of people that really want to do this, and it is a very popular ticket item. So I would say at least that kind of time frame, just so that you're aware of the fact that people really want to do this. Now, I know all of this might be very exciting for you guys and you just want to get started with it, but I'm also sure that you have a bunch of questions, in which we're more than happy to help you. Drop some comments below and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. But if not, check this out. Click right here and you get to the Headout playlist that pretty much has all the experience that you need.